It's Operation Babble with Mike Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
What do you want for Christmas, little boy? All kinds of stuff. Apparently 13 to 14 different people in Spider-Man 3. Apparently that's what you're getting.
Everybody. You're getting everybody.
You ungrateful fuck. If I know correctly, I am actually in talks right now to be starring in Spider-Man 3.
Are you going to reprise your role?
Yes. As a pointless character number 13.
Just before this podcast, I actually shared a little tweet about that.
Well, you twat.
And I tagged our buddy Austin Mosier because he loves it. It says, breaking, Robert Pattinson is in talks to reprise his role as Batman in Spider-Man 3.
Hell yeah.
Source at Deadline.
That seems like, you know, surprisingly, if you just put Screen Rant's logo at the bottom, I feel like it'd just have as much validity.
Right.
IGN is having a fit. They're just recycling the same articles they released over the summer and then pulled down about people coming back.
Yeah.
Like, they're just being lazy about it.
And look, we can go back in the extensive catalog that we have, Operation Babel, at Spotify, iTunes, and anywhere you can get your audio needs.
Nice play.
Yeah, you welcome. Schiller's gonna shill. And
Buy a shirt.
and a codpiece. I'm sure we could go back, and I still maintain this. I'll believe it when I see it, because I still don't know. I think this is all just bored quarantine hype. People are talking about they're essentially talking as if we're about to get a Spider-Verse live action film with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. As of right now, we've also heard J.K. Simmons should be coming back, which I'm fine with that. That totally makes sense. We got Kirsten Dunst.
But J.K. Simmons was already in the last Spider-Man
I was gonna
movie.
say,
Yeah.
he's already
Which why didn't I still don't understand why they didn't give him his iconic hair and they let him just be bald. I think
Because he was already bald and he didn't want to put a wig on.
I feel like he just phoned that one in. He's like,
have you seen J.K. Simmons work out? I'm not gonna tell that guy to put anything
right.
on. He doesn't
Honestly,
want
I
to.
believe they recorded that at his house.
No, that's what I'm
Just him at a
saying.
desk.
Most likely.
It's what I'm saying. It felt like a green screen in somebody's iPhone. He's like, guys, I'll knock this out in like a day and we'll be done with it.
Probably on the set of State Farm.
I still
or
don't understand why. Like, if they did a setup like that, why didn't they just like have him film like 50 little shorts where he just talks shit and like
he
just
might
release
have.
one? I mean, you'd hope so, but you'd think we'd seen him at least one or two.
They
by
could have
now.
spliced it into the credits, like.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm just saying, like in general, like that's how you could be advertising right now. Like put him right at the beginning of every trailer that they're about to, because you know they're going to put out 50 trailers.
But they haven't put out any trailers yet.
They did that for Ant-Man. They had a fake the MCU new I forget what it is, WNN or something like that. Anyway, they released a bunch of stuff for that, and then they did the same thing for Civil War through that fake news channel.
Which, I mean, utilize him as because he's a fan favorite already. Granted, it's not the same character from the 3 Spider-Man movies that everyone knows him as, but he's still the same character. He's just bald.
It's still J. Jonah Jameson. Damn it.
Yeah. But
just don't do what Sony did and release it on Tumblr.
Who even goes to Tumblr unless you're trying to jack off or figure out how to color your hair a different color? But I mean, as of right now, who else do we got? We got Kirsten Dunst. We got Emma Stone is supposed to come back as Gwen.
Electro.
Alfred,
Jamie
whoever
Foxx.
his name, the guy who played Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2 in the Raimi one, he's coming back. You got I'm surprised we haven't heard Willem Dafoe's name yet. Like, I'm waiting for that still. And like, I'm not kidding. This is gonna be, if this is true,
Franco.
This is one of two fucking Dave Franco and Tommy Wiseau. And so I'm of two minds. As the fan who loved Into the Spider-Verse, I'm like, oh, this could be fun. And I've even said that you should just get Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to do a short film with him, with Tom Holland. And then like at the end, you see like the animated Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales, Spider Gwen, and like all the cartoon Spider people, have them show up in like a little portal, and then after the three of them have like a quick fight with something, and then it just ends there. Like that would just be a lot of fun, and you can get all the voice actors from the movie and stuff. Just could be really cool.
Sorry, I had to run off for a second. There was an Alexa
good.
going off, and I was trying to figure out where the fuck it was.
Jesus.
Hopefully no one's listening to this out loud.
But like for something like that, it'd be a lot of fun. But I think it's like a full feature film. I don't understand how you're gonna do that because like everybody thinks very differently of each iteration of Spider-Man. So I don't know how you're gonna give them all an opportunity to like have their moment to shine to and make everything, because they're all gonna have to fight a bad guy or do something, and unless it's just gonna be a cameo, to where I'm like, this could potentially be fun, but in my head I'm immediately like, this has the same energy as Crisis on Infinite Earths, and that shit was abysmal because there was just so much chaos.
I think they've
two
released
and a half
more.
hour story.
What was that? Both of you talked over each other.
Oh.
Sorry, what?
Go ahead, Mike.
I was gonna say I think they've released more information about this movie than Crisis did.
I was saying I hope that's not the case, because this is only what, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
and you got to remember, to make all this goofy shit happen and be believable, we have to somehow tie it into, because don't forget, the first announcement was the idea that Doctor Strange was going to be in this bitch because he was going to do the multiverse of madness or whatever, and he was going to be kind of the
that
reason why.
first, and then the Spider-Man movie comes out after that, correct?
I think,
I believe that's the
so.
order it is.
yeah.
So then it's like, okay, now we're going to dive more into the multiverse, or like I
Or is
talked,
it a gimmick?
I brought up with Mosier last night in a post about freaking Doc Ock showing up. I'm like, if they're going multiverse, then they can fuck off, because that Doc Ock already died. Like, he died at the end of that movie.
But you could also, I mean, you could say time travel.
Yeah, we didn't actually see him die, though. He just went down with the building into the river.
He fucking died.
Floated away like fucking Jack on the Titanic, my dude.
Now,
I'm just saying, if he first appears, he better be covered in water.
You could bring Sandman back or something like that. So if they bring Doc Ock in and using that same actor, it'd be fine, as long as they're not trying to say it's Tobey Maguire's same Doc Ock. It's like just another Doc Ock, but from Holland's universe or whatever.
Fuck it, at that point, give me the female one from the cartoon, from the cartoon movie.
Was that supposed to be like his daughter or something, or
No, it was just her. In
it wasn't
Into the
supposed to
Spider-Verse?
be? It wasn't
No.
supposed to be like Doc Ock's like sibling or anything
Nope.
like that. Oh,
Nope.
oh, they just okay.
Just
Yeah,
gender
just
better.
an alternate, yeah.
Which again, I keep telling people, if you do it well, I don't give a shit.
That's pretty
just-
cool.
I liked it. It was a cool reveal too. Again, and you look at like all the foreshadowing, like her eyes have like everything's is that octagon?
Mm.
I wasn't a fan of how Goblin was portrayed, but
The big one. Yeah, they started
Apparently-
that where he just turns into like the big, because they did that in Ultimate Spider-Man too.
he was
the
still
Disney one.
smart. In this one, he just seemed Hulk.
Like a monster.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine it's
Yeah.
because they wanted to focus more on Kingpin and
Tombstone.
Octavius. I imagine he got the Bane treatment from like Batman and Robin. They were like, we needed the other one, so we needed a fucking henchman.
They went with well, they needed someone who could fly. I said they could have went with Ox, who was a old, really dumb brute Spider-Man
Fucking-
villain.
Or fucking bring in Vulture, dude.
Yeah.
But
Even-
I guess they felt that was already played out because the MCU did it. I guess maybe.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah. And he was just in the game, so they might have wanted to use something different.
Fair enough. I don't know. I'm curious to see
Scorpion.
it.
They should have done Scorpion. Oh
He
no,
was
they
in
did
it.
Scorpion.
like
yeah.
get over here. That one.
No.
Kind of reminded me of Mortal Kombat for some reason.
I'm not gonna say I'm excited because I don't think I'm excited. Because again, Far From Home left me a little underwhelmed, if not annoyed. And then
They just started shooting this Spider-Man movie too.
Yeah, and
and
that's a little troublesome too.
So
for me.
I'm kind of like, okay, you just started shooting and then you're announcing all these things. I would like it if movies just stopped telling me who's going to be in the movie before I see
Yeah.
it.
Let
You
it be
know?
rumor. They're so worried about people leaking it. Let them leak, so it's rumors. We don't know. You'll get
Yeah.
more people there to see if it's true.
Yeah. Like, look at the whole thing. Like, Disney does not know how to cover their shit. Like, because it's Disney Sony for this one. But it's like they're like trying to fish out as much as they can so they can get more butts in the seats if they're even doing theaters then when this movie finally comes out.
One of the rumors is that Sony accidentally released like a pseudo trailer or something and then deleted it, which was what
That would
gave
be
people,
everywhere.
Which they said people gave it a confirmation that Tobey Maguire and them were gonna. And I'm like, I haven't seen a single fucking frame from any of that. So
they
I don't
literally
buy that
just
at
started
all.
shooting. They literally just started shooting. That
There's
shit.
no
Like,
way they could do that without someone having some record of it.
Yeah.
So I just hate it. I think this is all a fucking sham. I do. And then again, to reiterate, I'm of two minds. One, could be a lot of fun, but given all the issues we've always learned, you couldn't even juggle 3 villains in Spider-Man 3 with Raimi's. Don't fucking tell me right now. And they tried that shit in Amazing Spider-Man 2. You can't juggle all of these characters.
In Spider-Man 3, they tried way too much. They tried to do 3 villains plus then take one villain and turn them into an anti-hero type thing at the end. I'm like, there's not enough time for this. Like, Amnesia is not going to like work.
Well, and we all know the back. I mean, most of the nerddom knows about all the bullshit in the background with Red,
the studio
wanting to have Venom and shit. And when you rewatch that movie, it is so fucking apparent, like the stuff that was intended to be in and the stuff that was just like, okay, we got to do this. This sucks.
Yeah.
So I found the release schedule. Doctor Strange comes out 2 movies after Spider-Man. Well,
after?
I guess that'd be 2. Yeah.
Maybe
Doctor
they're
Strange comes out after it. Doctor Strange is supposed to be the next movie to come out.
That's what I thought.
No,
because you got WandaVision and then Doctor Strange was supposed to follow that show.
Yeah, I was supposed. Let's see. We got Black Widow still, Shang-Chi, Eternals, which were all supposed to be out this year.
I've absolutely forgotten about Black Widow. You actually just fucking blew my mind.
Then Spider-Man, Thor, and Doctor Strange, and I will be right back.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. He literally just left.
Oh,
okay.
Shit. He just fucked off. I don't know.
Diarrhea's a bitch.
If this stuff's real, don't know. If this is real and they do all this, I think it's gonna be a fucking disaster.
Oh yeah,
that's just me. I'm such a pessimist when it comes to like these big ass casts and shit, crazy stuff. Yeah. Again, after watching Infinite Crisis, fucking hell, and they had like 5 episodes. They had 5 one-hour episodes to try and
6.
cram all that shit in.
Didn't they do?
Was it 6? Fucking hell, I don't even remember.
Arrow, Legends, Supergirl, Flash, Batwoman. I guess they didn't do a full episode with Black Lightning. They just like incorporated into the end of that episode. That's what it was.
So I'm just like, man, they could barely even do it in a suitable way with 5 hours with characters that have been established for 8 fucking years. You're trying to tell me right now that you're gonna pull this off with the Spider-Man, which, let's be fair, I think Spider-Man's one of the most contentious superheroes in any genre right now. Everybody bitches about it. Like, it's like, oh, that's the wrong Peter. Or, oh, he's Iron Boy Jr. Oh, Miles Morales is cooler. Oh, but you know what I mean? It's And so I don't know.
It's all going to depend on your generation too, of what version of Peter Parker you grew up with and that you like the most. Otherwise, it's like, who fucking cares? Can we just, as long as the character's decent, you know,
and the story works and the villains, you know, the villains got, as long as all the proper fundamentals are there. I mean, just get as close as you can to the comic, and if you got to detour. Like, that's why I'll still maintain I think Homecoming's one of the best Spider-Man movies out there. And then I like Spider-Verse, and then I'll probably go back to the Raimi ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because the only element of the Spider-Man shit that I really do kind of miss was the fact that they made his webs biological, like they're in him.
In the Raimi ones?
Yeah. I understand why they kind of did it, but it takes away the science-y, like being able to build his own shit kind of deal. And the it was something I remember really, really, really well from the 90s cartoon is he's just constantly running out of webs like an asshole.
Well, they took away his ability to do like the sciencey stuff in that one, but they also like gave him the ability to sew a magnificent suit together with no money because he's broke as fuck in those movies. So how did he even afford any of that shit?
Yeah, where are you getting all that spandex from, my dude? Would you steal it all from the pro wrestlers that you fought?
It's not even just the spandex, the webbing that he puts onto it, the eye pieces. Yeah. Come on.
and he can draw. This is all bullshit.
Right. And when does he have time to learn to sew and all that stuff? He's like failing school, isn't he? Or no, not in those ones, no. Is it those? Maybe I'm confusing multiples of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with Garfield. How the hell did he get his suit? Did he make his too? Was that supposed to be what happened?
Oh, yeah, must have.
Yeah.
You literally said
that's
Garfield.
even.
I didn't care. I was literally thinking of the orange cat. I literally was like, what?
But yeah, I don't know. I'm more interested to see what they do with the Flash movie, honestly. Just not because of the people that are potentially going to be in it. But because I'm interested to see what the fuck they want to do with this Flash movie over the Spider-Man one. It's like, I get that Spider-Verse did great, but we don't need to see it in live action this soon. Work on the second animation one. Put your chips into that.
Yeah,
and don't fuck it up. So,
yeah, I'm just sorry. The Into the Spider-Verse is going to become one of those like cult classics if it's not already in that status. You'd be stupid not to throw all the money at that and try and get like start your cinematic universe with that, dude. And you get voice actors, so now your contracts are going to be easier. The production's going to be easier, especially given the time that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Animation's fucking where it's at, like 100%. And because you have the multiverse, you have so many stories. You could even prequel it if you wanted. You could give us an actual, like they make the joke about the origin story. We could actually see it happen now.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind watching the Japanese one, Penny. I would like
Penny Parker. Yeah.
I would love to see that because I've never even heard of the comic book version of her.
I don't see why Sony hasn't, or Disney, whoever has the legal rights to do a Spider-Ham cartoon TV show for kids. Like, that is your money right there, bro. Like, why are you not doing that?
That's a great
Disney
idea.
has the TV license still.
Yeah, so why aren't they doing it? Like, there's a Spider-Ham short thing that I saw that was like a 30-second shorts or some shit. I don't remember what we saw it on. It was on like something shit last night. My bad, that hit the mic.
Well,
but
the rumors for them keeping the deal with Disney is Sony got some TV licenses and to be able to create some TV without issue.
Well, and you can even fucking Scooby do it, dude. Like, do a bunch and put them out in a collection.
Give me my Howard the Duck Spider-Ham crossover there.
They wanted to do I think it was.
They were supposed to do a Howard the Duck TV show on Hulu with Kevin Smith was going to run that Sony. Shit. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they wanted to do an Into the Spider-Verse spinoff TV show.
And see, and I don't want that. See,
no, because the animation will drop. They'll drop the animation level.
Oh yeah, have you guys seen Big Hero 6?
Yeah. I've never watched a full episode all the way through, but I've seen the animation style for the TV show of it, and it's
Well, I mean, it's the same as fucking Tangled.
Yeah,
it's the same as any TV show going in. We've had this discussion. And
except for
movie going to TV
except for like
show.
Aladdin and Little Mermaid and the.
Well, yeah, they didn't have different animation styles then. It was like all the same shit.
Fair
enough.
For the movies, they put in a few $1 million just into the CG of it, and then they're like, oh, if we just don't do this and we can like save millions of dollars, put out 20 episodes.
But I don't fucking
and we'll
care.
hire voice actors who sound like the people because this guy in the Croods is not Nicolas Cage.
Studios really need to start banking on animation right now. They really should. It's you could pump that shit out. So
well, you got Marvel's doing the what ifs in animation. They're gonna be doing that.
Yeah, apparently their Black Panther one's going to be the last time you hear Chadwick. That's kind of
Black
sad.
Panther.
Yeah, that's going to be sad.
Because all of his live action movies are out now. Yeah. That he had done. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I guess, well, I know it's funny Tivis brought up Black Widow. Because I totally forgot about that fucking film. Speaking of movies that I completely forgot about and then came back onto my radar, did you guys see the fucking clip that I think it was MTV fucking put out of Wonder Woman?
No, I've been avoiding.
There is a fucking...
Is it the thing you shared on Twitter that you tagged me in?
The like fight scene on a highway with a bunch of like guns.
Where they've basically taken Wonder Woman and made Superman and Flash like useless.
Well, yeah, I mean it's the same problem we had with Superman in the first place. Was it's just like the fact. Superman,
I mean, they haven't made her fly yet. They've made her jump really, really high, like the Hulk,
and swing off. Apparently, her fucking lasso is like 300
that movie
million
comes
years
out
long.
Christmas, right? For everybody. Yeah. I know critics have been watching it. They're not supposed to be talking about it yet, but some of them are breaking their things, which is a no-no. So,
no,
we'll see what happens there.
I literally fell down laughing at this fucking scene, dude.
I saw it
so
and
bad.
I was just like, why are they doing this now? She's faster than the Flash. Because that's what it felt like to me,
dude. I'm sorry, I'm out. Little bit of a spoiler for you, Tivis. I don't think you'll care too much, but
nah, go ahead.
I was out the minute she uses her lasso while running, looks behind her, and catches a bullet from like a mile away.
Did that happen at that scene that you shared?
Yes.
I didn't finish it. I was like, this is kind of dumb.
It's
and I was like, I'm gonna hear about
retarded.
it on the podcast anyways. So.
It looks so bad, dude. Like,
I'm still gonna watch the fuck out of that movie.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it to laugh at it because if they couldn't even get stuff like that to look good, oh, that cheetah shit's gonna be fucking hilarious. That shit is gonna be like Cats-esque. Like,
are they gonna have a-holes showing?
I don't know, man.
The butthole cut,
maybe.
When are we getting her? What?
Release the butthole.
Oh no. Oh. When are we getting her boomerang tiara?
I would take that over this fucking her monkey swinging from lightning bolts. That's fucking insane.
The invisible jet.
I want to die. Like, no, seriously. And people fucking like defend it. I'm just like, it's magic, bro. I'm like, okay, what? Excuse me? Like, what? I just go, just
magic. How she doesn't have magic though.
I don't know.
She's a god. Like she's not or part god. She's not magic. Well,
that's why that's the other thing. It's like, well, she's like the
it
daughter.
It depends on the origin.
She's like the daughter of Zeus. Of course, she can ride lightning. It's like
in this one, she's not the daughter. She was just given to them by Zeus. She was like created.
Well, she was made
of
clay.
Yeah.
In the movie version, she was like made of clay or something.
Yeah, that's a direct from I think the second origin they gave her in the comics.
Which fucking why? I just like, can't she just be born like a normal ass person?
Oh, if you want a really, really awkward, like weird fucking comic, go look at the Golden Age Wonder Woman where she finds her dad.
I know.
That's weird.
How did they explain it in the TV show back in the day with Linda Carter?
They probably didn't.
Yeah. Probably another nuclear reaction. She got hit by a falling star or something.
She came from Island of Women, super strong. They don't even explain how it goes from World War II to the 80s.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get that.
No, in the show, they just time jumps and nobody ages.
No, I was talking about the movie. I'm sure they're just gonna go, well, she doesn't age as fast.
She doesn't age at all, apparently. Because
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, fucking hell.
It's like they picked the peak age, and that's when they just stopped aging. That's always my big thing about like people that don't age in the story and shit like that. Like Wolverine, it's just like, oh, he decided to stop aging at this point in his life.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
That's where I feel like at least the movies did a good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they still aged him up enough. It's
A
like,
little bit, yeah.
okay.
That's not necessarily even really aged him up enough, but like made him look like he'd been around for a long time too.
Yeah.
So of course, don't care what your body can heal itself all the time. It's going to start looking rough.
You're gonna get beat up.
When you've had your skin completely peeled off your body, there's going to be a lot of scar tissue.
Anybody who's I don't know. Every time I see a scene from this Wonder Woman movie, I laugh harder and harder and go, "This is fucking silly as shit." Like, I can't. And I
I'm
can't
probably
wait for-
gonna go. I'm probably gonna go to the theaters and watch this one.
I can't wait
take
for
Nick.
Aquaman 2. Aquaman 2, at least I know, like those movies at least kind of understand that they're kind of retarded. So there's
Hey.
at least there's at least a little bit of self-awareness. So
By the
it's a
way,
little bit more
I
fun.
listened to the Thanksgiving episode, and screw you and Motor.
Yeah. I like how you were like, man, I wish we would have been on, or I'd have been on so we could have talked. It's like it would have just been us both reiterating the fact that the movie is terrible. That's all it would be. And you're like, I liked it. I was like, okay, good.
I liked it.
Don't worry.
liked
I
it.
liked it. I liked it too. I will still keep telling people. I think I've watched that movie almost 30 times. But to be fair, about 28 of those are the commentary with me and Hannah because it makes me laugh so much. I'm a fucking narcissist with that one. This is awesome. It's like, oh fucking hell, everything is awesome. Why can he smell his own armpit, but he can't smell the landfill he's standing in? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And they ripped off Asgard, the Rainbow Bridge. It's lame.
What? They had a rainbow bridge in that movie?
Yeah, remember when they had like the Atlantis reveal? They had like it's not actually like a bridge, it just looks like a highway, like all the underwater ships are coming in. And just because of the way it's lit and stuff, it just looks like the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah. Because they're
But
underwater and the light's supposed to be shining through or some shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nothing exciting. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I saw that Wonder Woman clip and it's fucking sticking with me, dude. I can't, like, everything about it is silly.
Yeah.
Everything.
I'm trying to think of the last time I watched a movie and the trailer just was like, what the fuck? Like I watched and I was just like, what? I'm never going to watch this. I mean, I'm going to watch Wonder Woman. I don't care what.
Yeah.
I don't even watch the trailers anymore for comic book movies. I'm just automatically assuming I'm going to watch them.
It's like, I'll just shut up.
It
Maybe
doesn't matter.
I'd probably say maybe the Fat Man with Mel Gibson.
No, I
Hey,
like that.
guys.
I want to see that.
No, I was like looking at the trailer and I'm like watching. I'm going, what the fuck am I looking at? And it's like, okay, so is he okay? I'm interested. And then I ended.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, I think I'm in.
What
Hey,
you got,
guy-
Davis?
I'm gonna have to take off for a bit. I will
Okay,
be
just-
back when I can.
All right, man.
All right.
So sorry.
He's
All right,
going to
bye.
watch. He's going to watch Aquaman right now to make himself feel better. That's what he's doing.
Don't
Later,
tell people
dude.
what I do.
You don't know me.
Oh shit!
Oh
now
man,
it's just you.
Fucking
Fucking hell.
fucking throwback, man. This is one for the ages.
So you've been watching Mando, right? Or Mandalorian?
A little bit.
Mando!
I've been, I believe I'm 3 episodes in, and I've seen some clips from some later episodes.
Right. Have you seen then the episode with shit?
Bulbous Fett.
The chick from
Oh, Ming Na Wen.
no, the one from the cartoons that they brought in. I mean, I guess they all
yeah. What's her
probably
face?
are.
I can't remember her name, but Katie Sackhoff.
No, Rosario Dawson's character.
Oh, that one. Sakatano.
Yeah.
No,
I've heard
only seen a
that
little bit.
episode was really good. Apparently,
yeah,
the
'cause
guy
it's
who
all-
created the character like wrote and directed those ones.
Dave Filoni.
Or
Yeah,
wrote and directed that one, I should say.
Yeah.
Which is also the episode where they give Baby Yoda his name.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's again. No. Anybody who likes this shit is just they like the references. That is all they care about is,
Yeah.
oh, they got the references right. And it's like,
I haven't watched any of the cartoons, so I won't get any of those references.
yeah, and same.
I
don't
haven't
give a
yet
fuck
to
about the
watch.
Clone Wars.
I've yet to start the second season. Micah wants to start watching the first season because he doesn't watch it.
Of Mando or
Of Mando.
oh, okay.
And so we're gonna probably start that, and then eventually I'll get the second season once all the spoilers are out, anyways. And I don't care.
100%. This show is tailor made for like 10-year-olds who don't care about lore or anything like that, and mega super nerds who only like anything Star Wars. Like that's
I would think
pretty much what they're made.
from the way I hear people talk about it, I would think it's more tailored towards just the people that have watched all that cartoon shit. Honestly, because a
That
lot
too,
of it's
yeah.
just
the Clone
just
Wars,
that, which is totally not me. I
No,
I
me
didn't
neither.
give two shits about watching the Star Wars
Yeah.
cartoons.
Well,
I watched Ewoks and Droids, the cartoons.
Yeah.
Those are my Star Wars
fucking
cartoons.
Battle for Endor live action.
Oh, I love those Ewok movies though. Battle for Endor and what's the other one? Because there's two of them.
Yeah, I
have them on
remember the second one.
VHS.
That's fucking hilarious.
But I got the Ewoks cartoon too. Like they did like a TV show for the Ewoks,
Yeah.
and I'm surprised that Disney hasn't done that. Like gone through and just do Ewok.
They don't want to do
cartoons and
anything with
shit.
the original trilogy, my dude. They want to stay so fucking far away from that shit, and they can't
Care-
and they suck at it because they can't handle any of it. They're retarded. Like Disney is fucking bad at this.
The other one is Caravan of Courage, an Ewok adventure.
Well, all right then.
And I
Seems
think
like a
that
weird
was
title.
I think that was the first one, and then then Battle for Endor was the second one.
Okay.
Those came out a year after each other, but
Yeah.
you go back and look at those movies. I don't know how many times you've ever watched them in your life.
I watched it one time, and
I've probably
barely
watched
remember it.
those more than I watched Star Wars when I was a kid.
Really? All right. I think it was more just because it wasn't as promoted and stuff. So
Oh,
and
yeah,
it was
no,
hard.
they
It
were
was harder
straight
to
to
find, and they were hard.
VHS.
Yeah, and they were hard to find.
Yeah.
No, like with Mando, it's like I'm gonna have to always be the broken record with this. Is like the production value is there. Like the costumes look pretty solid, except for like Admiral Blue Jeans and a couple other like I guess we'll bring this up because I'm gonna be on a podcast tomorrow where one of the questions I was curious about, but I figured I'll ask you first. Maybe you'll give me some insight. But you look at the Ahsoka Tano thing, and it's like Rosario Dawson, love her. The costume looks pretty damn cool. We finally get some lightsaber action.
Apparently, and correct me if I'm using this term wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the fans I know. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say the fans
Don't be a
kind of
pussy.
shipped her into the position. Is that the right? Would you say that? Or is shipping only just for relationships?
Shipping's a relationship thing.
Okay. Well, the fans kind of like pushed for Rosario Dawson to have that role too. Like ever since they heard about anything, actually before there was any mention of the character being done live action, people wanted her to be it.
Well,
So-
then as soon as she did it, she like fucking everybody tried to cancel her for something.
for
Something about transphobia,
which she's come out again. She's like a massive LGBT plus supporter, like
I would just say who gives
advocate,
a fuck?
I guess.
Who
But
gives a fuck?
I think they're trying to cancel everybody on that
Yeah.
show for that because they went
Pretty much.
after what's her
Gina-
face,
Gina Carano.
Carano.
Oh,
Carano,
let me tell you.
Carano, whatever.
Let me tell you, if you are a conservative, she is the person to follow because she is fucking hilarious, dude. Following her on Twitter has been one of the greatest things I've ever done.
I am not conservative nor liberal, but I still follow her because it's funny.
I bet you're a little more conservative than you think.
Meh.
I have been pulled out of the conservative closet a few months back and didn't realize it. But not everything. It's not like I fucking go to church every Sunday and shit like that. But definitely my values. I think I didn't realize
What's
how
wrong
much
with
they
going
were
to
still
church
stunted
every
in that.
Sunday? Look at
I want no.
This is the reason for
I know, right?
Christmas right here.
I didn't say it was
Yoda.
wrong. No, chill out. Don't fucking straw man me. I didn't say it was a bad thing. I'm saying that's one part of that's one of the boxes on that side that I don't tick. You know what I mean?
I just realized I walked away from my microphone too as I was saying that, so no one.
I know you fucking. I know you fucking retard. Again, we're getting too used to the visual stuff now. I think that's the bad thing.
We need to back away from doing visual gags as much.
Yeah, you think? As you and I wear a little bit Christmas attire, and 2 weeks in a row, Tivis has let us down.
And he left us again. So
well, to be fair, we kind of booted him. I think we kept sending him death threats in his DMs, and he's like, "Oh man, I should probably go."
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we're bullies. If anybody knows anything about us, especially me, I'm a bully.
John's a bully.
No, Mandalorian show is stupid. And here's why.
We're still on. Okay, no. So ask the question that you're going to be asked or some shit tomorrow, and
so
I can answer it.
So
I cut you off. My bad.
So
My bad.
so Boba Fett. Spoilers. Boba Fett has returned.
Okay, so is he supposed to be Boba Fett? Like actually Boba Fett?
He is actually Boba Fett.
Why the fuck didn't they just get the actor who played Boba Fett's dad, Jango Fett, from the prequels? And we're back. Well, that was weird.
That freaked me out.
But no, what I was saying was, if I don't know where I got cut off at. So,
we were talking about Boba Fett coming back.
Yeah.
And you asked why they didn't use a specific character or actor for said character.
Right.
Which they did. It is him.
Okay.
Aquaman's dad. or Jango Fett. Yeah, they brought him back.
Okay, so they did bring him back as Boba Fett. So it's not Timothy Olyphant. It's supposed to be Boba Fett.
Yeah, Timothy Olyphant's just some dickhead in the desert who found his armor.
Okay.
Which is fucking stupid, by the way.
Because, like, that's the thing I was wondering. Like, people were saying Boba Fett's back, but I'm like, that's why wouldn't you bring the same actor back if he's still alive, you know? Especially after we've instilled it that fucking they're clones. And all the stormtroopers are his fucking clone, too. Well, at least clone troopers, I should say. Not stormtroopers.
Yeah. But, you know, then the problem is that this actor comes in, and then this is
again too. I probably have seen the prequel movies more than the original movies, too.
Which is fair.
Just because they came out when we
were kids. Yeah,
so.
I was like 13 when the Phantom Menace came out. Like, of course I thought that was cool. So they brought him back, and this is going to really help me reiterate the fact that I still constantly feel like, as much as that production value is there, they are rushing the shit out of this show. It's insane. It's like on the level of the CW, where they cannot help themselves. They blow their loads constantly with reveals and references and just moving shit along so quick that I don't think they actually intended to have Boba Fett in this season or show up as fast or at all. Because if you brought back that actor, he's fat as hell. He's big as hell. And they try to put him.
That actor's the fat one.
Yeah. I believe so. Because he's the monk and then he gets his armor or whatever.
Okay, because I was getting confused. I thought people were trying to say Timothy Olyphant was like fat and shit. I'm like, that dude is like tall and dangly, like and sexy.
Okay, so that's why you're
Timothy Olyphant.
Timothy Olyphantastic. Yeah, so he's
I want
in
to see
it.
Timothy Olyphant and Sam Rockwell like just do a whole movie, just those two together, kind of like The Lighthouse, where it's just those two guys on the island.
But so everybody starts, making jokes and talking about, but it's like you have him sitting next to a guy who's essentially the size of Pedro Pascal, assuming that's him in the suit or not.
Supposedly it is right now.
And Ming-Na Wen, who are both in really good shape, really slender, and you got this dude who looks obviously heavier. It looks like a cosplay guy, honestly. And
while you mentioned her name, I'm sorry to cut you off again.
Yeah.
Is she at least show up in Mulan?
Yeah.
Okay.
She doesn't play a pivotal character or anything. It's just.
But she has at least some type of cameo or something.
Yeah, she shows up.
I'm like, she's on the Disney payroll. She better show up in that fucking movie at least.
She should have been Mulan's mom. It's fucking insane.
Right? That's what I was thinking.
It was so dumb. I was like, she's an actually good actress. Like, why would you just not have her do it?
Yeah. All right. Anyways.
But anyway, everything about that Mulan remake is fucking garbage, so it doesn't matter. But so everybody's starting to get in a tizzy where it's like, one, people are complaining that he's overweight because it kind of takes away from his stature, and obviously it's like, okay, how are you so big? And then second, then there's the other side who are like, oh, you fucking complain about everything. And I go, this is like where I go, I'm sorry, I'm on the side that like, this is obviously rushed. If this guy knew he was going to be put in that armor, he would have fucking worked out for a year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to look like, you know, he's ate too many sandwiches trying to put his armor on. Like, nobody wants to look like that.
He ate Jabba the Hutt to stay alive inside the thing.
In the Psylocke pit?
Yeah.
Because my whole thing is like, because even Mark Hamill was asked to shred a couple of LBs, and he's barely in the fucking movie.
And he's always wearing long and big robes and shit to hide all that.
And that's the other thing is I was telling people that, and the other people were like, oh, what, you don't, oh, he has to be like fucking supermodel. It's like, no, he just needs to fit in the armor. Like, it's like, I'm not asking him, he doesn't have to look like fucking Chris Hemsworth, but, you know, maybe go from a 40 to like a 36, like, you know, like, let's drop a couple of pounds so like I can buy what you're selling me. Or suck it in
the whole time, or put like a garter thing on.
Something.
You know? Not a garter belt, like
I know what you mean, like Spanx.
Like the stupid stomach tightener thing to hide your gut and shit, you know.
Corset, bitch.
Or a back brace. A back brace will do it too.
Sure, why not? But it's like, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, aesthetically it looks fucking dumb. And when you go back and watch the old one, you know, you got Boba Fett looking like probably more of a Timothy Oliphant body image. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you didn't have the time, you didn't put in the effort, you wanted more, you figured bringing the actor and using his name as a reference was going to be more beneficial to your brand and the marketing than actually like making a character who getting an actor who aesthetically looks the part.
But that actor's out of shape for real. Like, I haven't seen him in anything for a while. So
he was Aquaman's dad. That's all you need.
Aquaman's dad.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
damn, he got out of shape and old.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And I hate to, you know, and I fucking hate the body shame because it's not like I'm in fucking peak physical form. Yeah. But I'm also not being asked to be thrown in a multi-billion-dollar production show, you know, reprising a role that is iconic, and you will be seen by many, many eyes.
But John,
what?
It's 2020.
All bodies are
who
beautiful.
we are. Actors don't even have to act; they play themselves now in movies.
Fucking hell. It's one of those things where it's just like, well, is it a bad thing? I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It just shows your lack of commitment and laziness. That's all. And the lack of planning that I've said since day one, that Mandalorian's been completely rushed and not planned. Had they known, like the Baby Yoda thing, I'll still always talk about, there were no Baby Yoda toys on Christmas.
People
they had no idea
that the whole reason for that was because they didn't want to spoil.
And you know that's horseshit. You know that's true.
But this year there's tons of Baby Yoda shit. We have a Baby Yoda bath mat in our Star Wars bathroom now.
It's what I'm saying, dude. That logic, but yet we all know that Disney is nothing but a merchandising cash cow. Like, that's what they want, is franchises. Go fuck yourself if you really think that the reason why. Have you not seen every single fucking Lego set or like toy line that comes out and spoils the next Marvel movie, or even when they were spoiling the actual Star Wars movies?
Yeah,
that they were bringing out. It's just like, you guys, if you believe that, if you subscribe to that rhetoric, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you are so delusional that it really hurts my soul, and I feel bad for you because I shouldn't pick on a functionally retarded person. It's fucking insane. Anything anybody talked about was fucking Baby Yoda. That's all.
Yeah.
Because it didn't even have a name. People
crowned it Baby Yoda.
Yeah. And it's just like, you're telling me if they knew that was going to be a hit, they weren't going to have like a bunch of, even just a plushie for Christmas.
I will say though, when I told my youngest that Baby Yoda's name, they just call him the Child. When I told them they call him the Child, every time they would show like a Baby Yoda thing here and there, I would say, Nick, check out this Baby Yoda thing. And he'd be like, it's the Child. Like giving me attitude.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I would rather I'd rather side with your kids, but fucking the world ruined it for me, so I can't. But all my same gripes apply, like other than the Boba Fett thing, it's just like they make stormtroopers look so fucking dumb. I can't handle it.
When don't stormtroopers look dumb though?
But see, my problem is that rhetoric, I think that's more of a meme than an actual thing. People keep acting like, oh, it's because one of my favorite arguments for that is like, well, remember the guy who bumped his head in the first movie? I'm like,
that was an accident.
Yeah,
it's because part of the movie.
Yeah, it's because the actor accidentally did that because he fucking couldn't see. Like, what are you saying? And they're like, well, in the first movie, they missed a bunch. I was like, they were supposed to. They wanted them to escape. That was the whole
Did you
point.
want them to kill all the main characters in the first fucking movie?
But it's not only that. Vader told them to leave them alive. They wanted them to leave because they knew when they left, they were going to follow him to the rebel base. That was the point. Han Solo even says,
think that.
Well, because even like Luke and Leia are like, that was too easy. He's like, easy? You call that easy?
Yeah.
You know, like they bring it up. And it's so like the stormtroopers are, you know, the stormtroopers were shooting and killing people the minute we were introduced to them in the first movie. They took out a bunch of rebels.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the only reason why people perpetuate that is because of all the memes online. And then Taika Waititi did the dumbest thing you possibly could and actually made them retarded by missing the can and perpetuating that stereotype within the film.
Which movie was that?
It was in the first season. It was the episode the two guys on the two scouts on the speeder bike were trying to shoot
yeah. They're trying to shoot the can down, yeah. I didn't know Taika Waititi did any of those episodes.
Yeah, he did that one. And I think he's supposed to do another one in this season, but I don't know.
It's like no one's ever going to be able to have any other jobs because all these same people do the same fucking shit. They're even doing all the TV work now. Yep. That's supposed to be for the low budget directors that can't get movies. Fuck. That actually pisses me off.
Well, it's all nepotism. That's why Hollywood needs to burn, and somebody needs to build up a new production company. I'm gonna say Elon Musk.
This is the point I'm at the point in my life right now where I kind of want to just say fuck all of Hollywood.
Yeah.
I just want to do indie stuff. Like,
I really don't think you're gonna see a lot of people sad when it implodes.
Honestly, when people ask me, you know, that one person that you want to talk to, like you really want to talk to, just to have like a conversation with them, not like to pick their brain or anything like that. Mm-hmm. My number one right now is Lloyd Kaufman from Troma, because he's run an independent film company for over 40 years now and has been doing it successfully. So much so that they're literally taking a character he created and remaking it, or rebooting it into a big Hollywood budget now.
That's the Toxic Avenger, I think.
Toxic Avenger,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, with Peter Dinklage, which, wow, inspired casting.
Yeah, awesome. I'm kind of excited. Like, I'm both excited and terrified because
you know they're gonna fuck it up.
I'm worried that they're gonna fuck it up. And I also worry about the Troma fans because I don't want to see Troma fans get pissed off at a movie, because we watch some bad movies, and if you can ruin a bad movie,
you're gonna feel like you have like no fucking leg to stand up, and you're like, this is shit. And it's like, do you know the stuff you watch?
But the originals are really good. Like,
I think they're good.
Kevin Smith was talking about this on one of his podcasts. I'm not going to pitch in someone else's podcast. Someone else can figure it out.
Whatever.
He was actually.
You just don't want to do it because the name is so close. You're like,
nope.
Oh,
it was the Fat Man one.
Oh, okay. Fat Man Beyond or whatever.
Yeah. And he was talking about how they came and approached him to do this reboot a few years ago, because Jersey Boy and Toxic Avenger is a Jersey superhero and shit like that. But he said that the budget that they were looking at was way too high. He was like, I don't even know what I'd do with all that. Yeah. Because he said it was like 30 to 50 million. The first Toxic Avenger movie was made for 500,000.
That sounds about right.
So
most expensive thing was probably the makeup and the suit.
Oh yeah, all the makeup and the special effects crap, which are all done practically. Mm-hmm. Now you're going to Legendary, and they're probably going to be using a lot of CG. I mean, you fucking have Peter Dinklage playing Toxie, so
yeah.
I mean, there's most of your budget just getting.
I mean, you can hope, because like I said, I mean, it's just these people don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because you look at Swamp Thing, and I'm like, I think they nailed their aesthetic. They were doing a really good job, and then they fucking just canceled it.
You get good filmmakers, and they do a really good job. And studios don't like that, because then that shows how bad the rest of their stuff is.
Honestly, I kind of feel like that, because it's like, well, we can't have fucking Swamp Thing on our ticket when we have Infinite Crisis coming out, and it's gonna look like shit.
Right.
I completely forgot what we were talking about. Oh, yeah, with the Stormtrooper thing all the way back there. You just keep seeing it. There's a scene where Boba Fett's like a monk looking dude. He hasn't had his armor yet or whatever. And he's got a stick. And he gets attacked by like a bunch of stormtroopers. They have blasters. Why are you running up to a guy with a stick to get hit in the face? Why not just shoot him? I hate shit like that. It makes no sense to me. And there's a guy I actually follow on Twitter that I actually like, and I feel bad for him because he's been catching shit about it, because people who were bitching about it and how the stormtroopers are dumb and why not shoot him, he's like, oh, you guys will just fucking pick on anything. And I go, well, I think you just let everything go. And then he got a little annoyed. And so and I saw him catching a bunch of crap, so I was trying to be nice. And then he was definitely on the defensive, and I just come up and I go, but yeah, it is really dumb though. And like the choreography is like really bad. And he's just like, oh really? Well, what would you have done different? I go, like, what do you mean? Like choreography wise, or just like in general? And he goes, either. I'm like, okay, easy. Put him in the woods. Don't put him out in an open space where he's standing there with nothing but just a stick. Put him in the woods. He knows the terrain. And then he's just like sneaking around assassin style. And then you find out there's two of them, because he does have a partner. Mm-hmm. The other ones, they're picking each other off, and they're getting fucked over. And that way he can keep like hiding behind a tree, or just moving out of the way, and they hit the tree. So it looks like they're still good marksmen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make anybody incompetent.
Yeah.
It's just their surroundings. And you could have had just as big an action fight. And then I never heard back from him. So I was like, all right.
There's been a lot of people on Twitter lately that are just trying to fight about stuff. Maybe it's not just lately, but I've just noticed it more recently.
Well,
and it's so stupid.
I don't even think it's just fighting. I think everybody has an opinion.
Like, you can tell the people that are giving an opinion and the people that purposefully want to fight with these people, like, not like give their opinion back and try and converse, but literally like at the end of every tweet, it's like, well, you're a dumb fuck. Fuck off. Like, oh, well, I'm gonna block you now. I guess someone's blocked today. Let's go.
And they like take that as some like badge of courage that I got blocked. It's like, why though?
Right.
Now you're not gonna get to make fun of them anymore.
Now you gotta create a whole nother Twitter account just to fuck with them.
It's so fucking proof again that this happens all the time. The just constant lack of self-awareness that they're gonna go, oh, you just want to fucking complain about everything. This is good Star Wars. It's better than that shitty sequel trilogy that you all bitched about. And it's like, well, one, the sequel trilogy is just shit. So let's not even play whataboutism. Like, who even cares? Let's talk about Mandalorian. And then it's like, you think I want to complain, but I think you just want to like everything. How about that? I think you're a child because you just like the pretty lights.
I think that for the most part, if you have to bring up, and you can correct me if you don't think what I'm about to say is wrong or right, but for the most part, if you think one thing is bad, like instance, Child's Play reboot.
Yeah.
Horrible. I can cite why because of the previous ones, but I can also cite why not because of the previous ones, but because of what they gave me.
What I'm
what's
looking
right in front
at,
of me. So I feel you should be able to tell me why this is good or why this is bad just based on this without using this one did this and it's in the same franchise type thing.
Yeah. So what you're doing is, and I 100% agree. And this is something I've been trying to really preach, like really preach.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing. As the idea of like, okay, when it is a franchise or a continuous story, and we got to deal with the fact that the MCU has kind of changed the game with this whole like continuity stuff.
Yeah.
But we've always had it. Think about Terminator 1 and 2. If you make a completely big change and don't reference the other one, your story could potentially fall apart. Same with Alien movies. You got let's just face it, all kinds of films. We've done it. The original 3 Star Wars. The whole issue is all right, let's start with the movie in question. So let's just roll with your example with Child's Play. Mark Hamill remake comes out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just watch this as its own thing. Because essentially it's making its own origin story anyway. So it's already removing itself from the old stuff. So let's go. We're watching it. It's like, oh man, the production value looks kind of shit. Ooh, the camera angles are bad. Ooh, the dialogue's really bad. The acting's kind of abysmal. Some of the casting's a little off. And then, so then you're like sitting there and you're going like, okay, was this movie even good in the first place? Which I would argue, no. Then we're going to go, okay, well, why don't you like it? Okay, I've already cited all the technical stuff I don't like, a lot of the other stuff. It's like, well, why don't you like that? I'm like, just because I didn't think it was good. Now ask me as a fan of the old ones. It's like, well, what's it missing? Well, I think these ones are better, and here's why. I think the voodoo thing is cool. I think the idea that it's a serial killer trapped in this thing gives a cooler motivation. It doesn't feel like some wonky robot.
He's trying to get, also the first 4 movies, he's always trying to get out of the body. Too.
Exactly.
He's trying, that's the whole reason he has the kid. Andy, he follows the Andy through the first and second one. He's trying to find Andy in the third one, but he finds the other kid who notices him in a brand new body, so he can take his body now.
Yep.
And then same thing when you go into Bride of Chucky, although that one gets a little confusing because he's not trying to get an Andy or the other one, and he didn't change bodies. He's just sewn back together. So, but then they're trying to take anybody's body now.
And granted, this is where I would just go, okay, well, I'm comparing the origin of this one with Mark Hamill and the first one from the franchise.
The first one from the franchise was
that's the fair comparison.
Oh, definitely, especially because it's dealing with same character. Well, for the most part.
Well, and it's an origin.
The main character.
And it's an origin story.
It's the origin, and then you have but the first one, the original one, is so much creepier when you see the doll moving around. It's like the only creepy-esque thing about Mark Hamill's doll was when he tried to smile, once or twice.
Well, and I make the
he's
argument
killing people, and I'm like, this isn't even creepy. It's not even funny killing. It's like not even creepy. It's like it's just blood and gore for no reason.
And it's like, I've already seen that movie. It was called Small Soldiers, and it was way better. But again. Look at this unprofessional shit. Turn your phone off, you bitch.
No, actually, it came through my computer.
Oh, fucking okay. I'll give you a bit of a pass on that one then. And this was something I brought up. I think fucking hell, probably like 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. Is that I think the reason why discussions are happening so much more now is that we live in a reaction culture now. We just do.
And nobody has anything better to do right now too.
That's also part of it. But granted, a lot of this was going on.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's just you're just seeing an increase.
I didn't get on Twitter until about this year. So
exactly. But the issue is more. I've said with the idea of so many reboots and the lack of originality. I don't care about your Surge can. It's like the 4th time you've held it up,
and Baby Yoda.
No, but I feel bad because I keep trying not to pay attention to it. And now I have to say something because
There's
you've done it like
Baby
3
Yoda's
times.
face in the can.
I hate it.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, audio people.
I thought we were going to get away from visual gags as he tries to do the same visual gag 3 times that I've ignored. But what I was saying is that because of all the reboots and all of the requels and all this like trying to refurbish old franchises, you've given us an exact thing to compare it to. I'm sorry. Like, what, you don't think we're gonna do that? Like, it'd be different. Like, okay, we get a whole new Spider-Man in a whole different MCU. Of course we're gonna like compare him to the other Spider-Men, but you should be thinking, does this Spider-Man work in this world? That's the first thing. Did it work?
Right.
I would say it did. Regardless of whether or not you liked it, I'm like, does it fit the universe? Sure. So then you can start going on the merits of, well, I like the other ones better. It's like, okay, cool. Somebody probably liked Miles Morales way better than any of the other Peters that we've seen in real life. So get fucked. But if you can't let the movie stand on its own merits, then you're fucked anyway, because that conversation of comparing to the old thing is going to happen. It's just going to. And because we've watched it time and time again now, where the new refurbished thing is so much shittier than the old thing,
well, you get
of
it.
course people are going to start.
You get it with Batman all the time, because how many Batman have we had? Like every time they cast a new Batman, they should just stop telling us who Batman's going to be and just let it happen, because no matter who you cast, people are going to bitch. They're going to say they can't do it. Michael Keaton got shit for it back then, and we didn't have the internet to complain on there.
Well,
like,
and here, let me
I didn't.
Let's take that one away, because I think, like, because even Spider-Man's in that territory now. We've had so many. I want to talk more about just like things that we have seen pop out of nowhere randomly. So like Terminator is some of the better ones, I think. Ghostbusters.
Well, Terminator, they didn't really. Are you talking about just like a continuation,
or continuation,
not,
or
sequel
even a reboot.
or reboot or shit like that? Yeah. Okay.
That we have waited decades in between. Or like
the Predator films.
The Predator films are great.
Aliens with the Prometheus shit.
Prometheus,
and all that.
Yep. And even now the sequel trilogy, Star Wars.
Oh,
you got
Trek.
Star Trek, great example. And these are things where the minute you give us these, of course we're gonna go back and look at the other stuff and go.
You even got it with Ninja Turtles.
Absolutely.
I mean, that CG is just horrible compared to the original like puppets.
Yep.
Like give me a guy in a suit. I don't care if he's gonna die maybe on set. Just fucking give me a guy in a suit.
Wow, chill out.
You could toss anybody in that suit.
I don't subscribe to that portion. But it's one of those things where it's like you're asking for it.
Yeah.
Like, you're asking for us to compare it to this. Like, that was the whole point. And especially because you were trying, half the time they're not even trying to even reboot it. They make references to the old movie, but say, no, it's our own thing. It's like, no, go fuck yourself. You're lying. And then you have a Terminator Dark Fate come in and really fuck everything up. And then you wonder why people get pissed off. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't subscribe to this horse shit where people are like, oh, why do you just keep complaining about stuff? It's like, because it's shit. It's really shit. And it's just like, oh, well, I do.
You trust me. The place that you can't complain about this stuff is in the horror community. Horror fans apparently can't take criticism whatsoever. And I'm learning that. I'm following this thing where someone criticized a movie. He thought it was okay, but he still has some critiques and shit on it, especially some of the characters. And like, there's this one dude who's just being a dick. The directors and shit, like, even added him and stuff. I was like, y'all just can't take criticism, can you? Like, horror is allowed to be criticized. Like, it's okay.
Well, all movies and art are allowed to be criticized. It's the whole
I know,
point.
but it's always funny whenever I see that, because I rarely see horror fans get pissed off at something. Unless it's like egregious, like taking a child killer and turning him into a child rapist and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I still don't understand why I'm okay with a child killer over a rapist, but it just
Well, the
seems
whole
a
thing-
lot better.
The whole thing is that
Welcome back, Tivis.
yeah, fucking hell. You'd even think
I don't know what I came back into.
you'll find it quick. Man, like criticism's almost half the point of art. It's supposed to be taken in by the mass. Why are you making it? Because it's a message. You don't know, is it a self-expression or is it something that you want to express to other people? And either way, somebody's gonna have an opinion on it, whether it's negative or positive. It doesn't matter. I guarantee you there was a dude named Kronk in a cave with Garbagook, and he just finished his bison painting on a cave wall, and he's like, your bison only have 3 legs. Where's 4th leg? You know, like, you're gonna get fucking criticized. Like, that's the point. And and I've always said this, and this is a big deal on Twitter because I always hate this stuff. Oh, they go straight to an ad hominem. Okay, we're not 5. Somebody can call me an idiot, and I'll live. You know what I mean? But they're like, oh, you're an idiot because you like Batman versus Superman. Sorry to drudge that up on you again, Michael. I figured since I won't bring up Aquaman again to hurt Tivis's feelings.
I know I'm the only one
That's
here
fine.
with good taste, so it's
damn. But my whole thing has always been, it's not, I don't think you're, 90% of the time, I don't think you're an idiot because you actually like the film. Usually that's just a quick, I'm just saying it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I can
Versus,
tell
like-
you bad things in the film. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm not blind to it.
Yeah.
You
and
know.
And this is what I'll always tell
Like-
people. This is the point of the argument that you have to learn to deal with is it's not about liking something. It's about the way you defend it. That's the problem.
Which I've
'Cause-
never tried to say, this movie is perfect, technically. Like, I've never once
Yeah.
said that. I say
Or,
why
like,
I like things.
Are you
or-
kidding? Henry Cavill's the best Superman ever of all time. It's like, well, why? Because his suit's awesome. It's like, oh,
His suit's
okay.
not awesome. His suit's not awesome.
I'm like, it feels generic. But, you know,
I miss the red tights.
I kinda
Like,
do
the
too.
one from Crisis on Infinite Earth was a lot cooler. Like, that one.
I
with
liked
the
Brandon
black
Routh
ass
and the
and
King
shit.
of Boom. I like that. But that's always the thing I always have to tell people. It's like, because I can have a 5-minute conversation about why somebody likes a certain movie and immediately understand where their gauge is. Like, okay, sorry, Tivis. Shazam. Just to be even more mean, because I remember loving Shazam in the theater, and got home and I rewatched it. Hannah and I started doing commentary. Not even 5 minutes in, Hannah pointed out like 5 huge mistakes. 2 of them were just production continuity errors, and then there was like 3 character motivations that we had problems with, and it was just like, oh, I went and saw this with my mom, and her and I were just laughing our asses off. So I think I enjoyed the film, but I realized the movie's dumb, and I haven't really gone back and watched it again because it's like a lot of those problems like just feel really compounded, and I'm not probably going to watch it again until the second one comes out. When they finally put the second one out, I'm gonna want to rewatch.
Oh,
it
then
first
it's going to
and go
be
from
worse
there.
for you. Because then there's going to be
And-
nothing but hero shit. They're not going to do
Right.
the human element to it at all.
Right? And my whole thing is just like people are like, yeah, but it was really funny, and Zachary Levi was a pretty good cast. I'm like, I disagree. As much as I like Zachary Levi, I think you could have had a better casting for Shazam. I still maintain Alan Richardson would have been really, really good, but I guess he was busy with Titans or whatever. He went and did he's Hawk
Yeah.
guy or something.
Yeah.
And I
Hawk
like
and
that.
Dove.
Yeah, I like that actor, so I would have preferred him for Shazam. But, you know, it's like, oh, and, you know, some of the special effects were cool. And it's like, okay, so you just liked it all just because it was fun. Like, the word fun gets thrown out, and it's like, do you care about any of, like, the really weird coincidences, reasons why people aren't being killed, or why... Like, how your fucking bad guy figures out who Shazam is so lame and lazy. It hurts my soul. You know, it's just one of those things. It's like, okay, you're fine with the superficial spectacle. You had a good time, and that's all that matters. And I'm like, more power to you. This is not a conversation that needs to go any farther between us, because I'm going to tell you all the little mechanics and things that I think are really silly, if not outright dumb. And, you know, somebody who just wants to enjoy something and doesn't want to engage in that kind of conversation, it's like, then just fuck off. Don't engage in that conversation. Let them say their thing and just go about your day. But when somebody wants to start defending it and then tell me that I'm off base, I just go, okay, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to go toe to toe just for the sake of it. I just got into one yesterday about Mandalorian. There's a scene where Mando's
Admiral
running
Jeff
down
Blue Jeans?
He's running down a hallway, right? Like, I think like 6 troopers are just unloading on him in a hallway, and he's running straight down the middle, holding like a barrel of grenade, like holding grenades, and he's just getting lit up. And every single blaster hit hits his armor, which is blaster proof, apparently. He didn't get hit once in his body, and it doesn't cover 90% of his body. I would argue it only covers maybe 70%. And the argument the guy had for us was that, well, they're stormtroopers. You would shoot at center mass and blah blah blah. It's like that's why they were hitting him in the helmet and the.
But you see, he has armor on. Why would you shoot where armor is?
I call bullshit on them hitting him in the head.
Thank you. Well, then, but then I make the argument.
Stormtroopers are notorious for sucking.
But
take out his knees.
See. But see, and that's the funny part is that this guy he wanted to have it both ways. It was literally in the same series of stuff. I go, so they hit center mass. Okay, I approve of that message. That's what you would do as a trooper or whatever, or police officer or whatever. That's what you're trained to do. But you nailed it 80% or more of the time that you hit him in those exact spots. And they're like, well, yeah, they're stormtroopers. They've been trained. I go, but I thought they were retarded. It's like,
unless they wear black armor.
But see, that's the problem is the guy wants them to be expert marksmen whenever he wants them to be. And then it's like, okay, that's fine. Let's even remove that. Sheer statistical odds that 6 guys randomly shooting down a hallway at a target, not one hits him outside of the armor. Just out of sheer statistics, that's untrue. And so I go, this is a guy
grenades. Why did he have to go so far down the hallway to throw grenades? Why didn't you just throw the fucking grenades?
Well, and also
because I saw that clip.
The blaster's not even hitting that.
I saw that clip. He only runs down the hallway like 5 or 6 feet.
10 feet.
Like, maybe. Oh, you can't
and
throw
then like
that
falls
shit.
down
like,
and throws them.
Yeah, and then just like this, they roll over.
Yeah, it's so dumb, and it's like I go, I'm sorry if you really are if you're really defending that scene, I go, you will fucking eat anything, and that's when you start to see me get a little bit more agitated because it's like, bro, you're just not even listening to yourself.
At that point, they're trying to say that armor is like him being a fucking Terminator just walking down the hallway.
Yeah. At that point, why even bother? Why not just encase him like Iron Man, and just let him walk down? Like,
because doesn't Mando's armor, his armor doesn't even cover him completely.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he has a codpiece, to be completely honest. And so I just shoot him in the thighs and the dick. But again, it's just one of those things where it's like this guy was willing to go to the mat to fucking defend this, and I go, you've already ruined your argument like 3 times in, and then you just keep moving the goalposts. It's like, well, this, well, that. It's like, man, because you will fucking eat anything. And most people would just go, it was cool. All right, cool. Now we know that conversation's over and we'll walk away. Which I don't even think it was cool. I thought it was dumb.
I have a conversation that deals with the same type of shit almost. It was just the person not fucking paying attention to the movie, honestly. And it's kind of bring it into the Christmas stuff. And this was on Facebook. And the guy was talking about the Santa Claus 3. Santa Claus, as in the clause, with Tim Allen. 3. And
the escape clause.
The escape clause, yes, thank you. And I had just watched the fucking movie the other day. And this guy was going on. He's like, this movie's so stupid, it doesn't make sense. So if people aren't familiar, I'm going to spoil the movie a little bit. In the movie, Jack Frost, played by
Cumming, I think.
Short, Martin Short.
Oh, Martin Short.
He is trying to take Santa Claus's powers. He ends up getting Santa Claus's powers. Earlier in the movie, they say that the secret of Santa, the SOS, if the secret of Santa gets out, that Santa Claus loses his powers. When we get into the dystopian present time where Jack Frost is now Santa Claus, he opens the North Pole up and the secret of Santa is out. And this person was like, this makes no sense, because once the secret of Santa is out, then there would be no power. Santa Claus wouldn't have any power. I'm like, okay, your point? He's like, well, Jack Frost still has his powers when he's in the North Pole and stuff as Santa Claus, because he has the beard and shit still for Santa Claus. But I'm like, one, you didn't listen, because he loses the Santa Claus powers. Jack Frost himself, as they previously show in the movie, has his own powers too.
Yeah.
So those are the only powers that he still actually has, is his Jack Frost powers. So he can do everything he used to do. He just can't make presents fucking appear out of nowhere like Santa can, you know? And this guy
Snowfall.
This guy went deep on it. He's like, no, that's not. I was like, go watch the fucking movie at least once all the way through before you start with this shit. Like, you can't just skim through these things and be like, well, this doesn't make... I'm like, dude, I watch the movie once every fucking year. Don't try and fight with me about that part. Come on.
No, it's serious. It's serious, and it's one of those things like say I started to engage in that conversation, and I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. And then you tell me that, I go, is that true? And then immediately it's like, at that point, it's not on you to prove it anymore. It's on me to go and make and fact check my fucking self at that point, because I'm the one who stated that you were off base, even though it's like you go, well, I literally watched it yesterday. It's like, oh, I probably haven't watched it in a year. Okay, I should probably go watch it. You know what I mean? So it's on me to go do that. And it's like, go do that. But people want to finish out the conversation. And again, this is one of those things where I've talked about it. It comes with politics. It comes with the way that we purchase things. It's the way we consume things. Nobody wants to feel like a fucking idiot. Yeah. Nobody wants to feel dumb, and nobody wants to feel like they got fucking taken for a ride.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, Twitter now, it puts your stupid out on display. And it's another reason why I think freedom of speech should never go away. We're the only fucking country that has it, and it needs to stay, because I think it's so much more valuable to watch a stupid person dig his own grave than it is to put all of the pressure on the more intelligent people to disprove the dummies, because I guarantee you there's probably a lot more dummies floating around out there than above average intelligence. There you go. How do you like that?
Thanks, McDonald's. No.
McDonald's?
Yeah, you're feeding us garbage and our brains are rotting away.
How dare you? That was
just like
spectacularly
just like
really
mumble
don't
rap.
like McDonald's anymore.
Really? I feel like McDonald's has kind of stepped their game up. They did get rid of the spicy nuggets, and I'm fucking extremely unhappy about that.
Burger King is where I go now.
See, I think Burger King has slipped.
Nah.
I still like, don't get me wrong, I still like me a Whopper. I think all their side stuff sucks, though.
Croissant sandwiches?
Nice surge can.
Like their chicken sandwich, I don't like their breading. Their chicken fries suck. Their normal fries are too thick. I feel
like the chicken fries used to be bigger when they originally came out.
They're kind of
trash.
trash.
What she said.
I just don't think they're good. Their onion rings are okay. That's like Hannah's
Yeah.
big thing. She likes the onion rings.
Sometimes they get soggy. It depends on your location too.
Well,
I would
and
say
yeah,
it
oh
depends
yeah,
on
no,
location.
that's I absolutely agree. But I would say McDonald's is kind of, and I would even, and to be fair, Burger King might be there too. I think a lot of fast food places have stepped their game up because they're not doing a lot of like in-room service now. So
McDonald's,
things are being made like to order and shit now.
McDonald's is also stepping its game up because they're paying less employees because they're having computers
Robots
there to do most of their job. So then they can put more money into actually getting better food for you.
Probably.
I don't know what happened. It was like a switch flipped one day. I got a burger and it's like I can taste the processing. I can't eat this.
Well, that's a shame. Like lately, because lately I've been getting they were doing a buy one like get one for $1, which is fucking amazing right now. So I can get like a quarter pounder and then get a Big Mac for $1. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
All those processed foods with all the preservatives in them is what's going to keep us looking younger.
Yeah.
When we're like 100 and we still look like we should be at least 60.
Hey,
that's what I got going on. I got
people
age pacting going on here.
Dude, people are still telling me I look like I'm under 30 until I take my hat off. So that's cool. I'll take that.
I got asked how old I was the other day at work, and I was like, because I said I had 2 kids.
Yeah.
And we were talking about kids and shit, and they're like, "How old are you?" Because I said one of them was like 11. They're like, "How old are you?" I was like, "I'm 30 something." I didn't say how old I was. I was like, I was in my 30s. They're like, "Dude, I thought you were like mid 20s at least."
Yep, I got that
at
literally
most,
at work. I got that at work just the other day, and these are people that I work with. Like,
this is why I grew out my beard a little bit.
I don't work with the people that ask this. Like, I work beside them because I'm like a vendor, and yeah, they were talking about it. I'm like, yeah, man. They're like, how old are you? I'm like, I think I'm 33 because I never remember.
Yeah.
And
I always have to ask Nikki. I'm like, how fucking old are we? Because we're only a month apart.
Yeah, I do it all the fucking time. It's fucking annoying. And then he's like, oh fuck, I figured you were maybe 26. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. And then I take my hat off, and it's like, nah. And then I'm like 40. But I think it's just because I got chubby. Like, it sounds really dumb, but like, you get just fat enough. It kind of keeps you from wrinkling out. Well, it keeps you from getting all the wrinkles, and then you lose the weight. That's when you start to see people age, like Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith's a great example. Granted, he had a heart attack.
Like I was just gonna say though, you look at these people that instantly, without thinking about the health aspect of it, they're like, I'm going vegan because I can drop the pounds. You drop the pounds fast going vegan, but that skin doesn't have time to tighten back up. It just sags everywhere. You're supposed to go down gradually, not like all in like a month. Like, I've seen people younger than me that have gone vegan, and because they don't hydrate enough, and because they don't also do any type of exercise to tighten it up, they look like the Crypt Keeper in the fucking face, and it's freaking me out, man.
Now, the only thing I wish I could do, which I know I'll never be able to do, is I just want to cut sugar. I just want to cut sugar out of my life. And
I had pop out of my life, or soda, depending on your location, out of my life for 2 years. And then my wife is like, here's a pop. Because we went to like a Daytona race or something with her work for free. And she's like, here's a pop. And I was like, babe, I haven't drank in 2 years. Not alcohol, but still pop. And I'm just like, why would you do that to me? Like,
longest stint I had, I went without soda because I realized I really only drink soda with booze. Yeah. That's kind of what I do. I cut it out for 6 months, dude. I dropped immediately like 25 pounds. It was fucking insane. And it's because of my job too. I walk about 13 kilometers a day, give or take, which I don't know the math on that. I only know it because I play Pokemon Go.
I checked mine the other day, and I had walked like 10 miles. So
I saw it loading. It's all good. You put a bright white screen up to the thing.
I know I should have.
But I know the balloon, the Niantic balloon, quite well. I pull that shit up almost every day, and that shit's fucking Hannah's fault and pisses me off.
Pokemon Go. I didn't even know it was still active.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta retract something.
I
think it was last week or the week before. Y'all were talking
Aquaman?
About. I think John.
No,
it was you.
Wait.
No. What?
Fuck. Okay.
What?
Well, because we were talking about fast food, so I want to do a quick Sagoo. So hold on to your thing. Did you guys see a fucking Hallmark movie starring Mario Lopez?
Yes. This is on my list.
Mario Lopez, fucking AC Slater, as Colonel motherfucking Sanders.
Is this a real
KFC.
Movie, or is it like?
It is absolutely real. It is absolutely real. And it's coming out December 13th.
Called Recipe for Seduction.
Hell yeah.
The trailer is out.
Yeah.
I cannot.
There's a trailer. I'm not watching it. I can't watch the trailer. I want to watch the movie. Is it a full-length movie?
It's 15 minutes.
That's it?
Is it a Christmas movie or
I don't know.
Christmas short, I guess, because it's 15 minutes. See, that's why I think it's like
insane.
Bruh, I gotta see it. I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever. It's gonna be amazing. I just wanted people to know that that fucking exists, and I will be doing a review on this podcast when that's done. I have to watch it.
I'm definitely.
You have to get a bucket of chicken and eat the bucket of chicken while you're watching it.
All right, you make that sound like that's going to be a hard deal.
In 15 minutes, you have to eat the whole bucket.
Oh, that's exactly what we'll do. The movie will come out, and Hannah and I'll we'll just go to KFC and get the fucking meal deal. And
there you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that gives me an excuse.
Hopefully there's no fingers in there.
If it ends up being a Christmas movie and it's actually only 15 minutes, I'm telling you right now, no matter how bad it is, that is going on my list of must-watches every year.
We do the Turtles Christmas one. From back in the day. Do you remember
I gotta find all of those. I need the one I know the most is the Power Ranger one. Alpha's Magical Christmas or something.
Well, there's also Dreaming of a White Ranger.
I saw that one too. I thought those came on the same VHS.
They probably did, yeah. They were a couple years apart when they aired, though. Or maybe just a year. I don't know.
We Wish You a Turtle Christmas is so good. I'll send it to you.
Okay. Okay, sorry. So what are you
retracting? Yeah, what are you retracting?
Oh, retracting. You said something about Tim Allen might be doing a Santa Claus 4. And I said I don't want to see that. I said that. And now I do want to see that. After rewatching the 3, the first 3, I'm like, I could totally see this working. So with that, I got a question to ask you boys. John, I don't know if you've seen all 3 of them, John. But so the first one is Santa Claus, which is the clause of becoming Santa. The second one is Santa Claus 2, which deals with the Mrs. Claus, which he has to get married. And the third one is Escape Clause, is how you become not Santa. It like takes you back in time. So if a fourth one, it like resets, basically, creating like an alternate reality. Yeah, it was weird. I was watching, I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. I never thought of it like that, but yeah.
Fa la 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 Flashpoint.
Basically, that's basically what it is.
That's fucking weird.
I never thought of it like that. Damn. Now I'm gonna rewatch it again tonight.
Oh, multiverse. So just in, Santa Claus will be reprising his role in the Flash movie.
You mean Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah. So with the fourth one coming out, what do you guys think a good name for it would be, or the clause that they deal with in that movie? Because they have to deal with a clause.
So what was the escape clause? Because I haven't watched it yet this year, and it's been a while.
The escape clause was they were having a baby, and
is it just for him to like get out of being a Santa?
Yes, for him to get out of being a Santa. It's like, I wish I never put on that coat again. And it takes him back in time to the first movie.
So what you're asking is, you want us to make the subtitle for it?
Make the clause up.
I can't think of the subtitle, but
I already got it.
I got one.
Okay.
You want to go first, John?
No, go for it, Tivis.
All right. I was thinking, what about if he wants to pass it, instead of, being killed, wants to pass it on to his son?
He has a daughter, not a son.
No, he has a son. And yeah, he has a son. It was in the first 2 films. He was the center part.
Oh, that son. Yeah.
Oh, Michael, I don't know if I trust what you said about the third one now.
I was thinking about the baby from the third one. I forgot about his son, because his son's barely in the third movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's just because you're a feminist.
It's because they didn't want to pay the kid. He doesn't look
I
cute
don't think
anymore.
Mike made it.
So what's your subtitle gonna be then?
Oh God, I don't know.
You gotta title it. Come on.
Give me a sec. You go ahead and let me think.
Like the nepotism clause.
Retirement clause.
I think because Tim Allen probably doesn't actually even want to do it, and I don't think anybody actually planned to do the fourth one. I think it should be called Santa Claus, or what's it? Santa Claus 4, Just Claus. Wah wah. So why'd you make this movie? Just Claus. No.
Okay.
All right. Get fucked me. All right.
Get
Whatever.
fucked you.
Look.
I laughed.
You look. Can't hit a home run every time. Can't hit a home run if you don't swing. You know.
I had a laugh a couple weeks ago. I just got silence from some.
So I'm thinking though, because it's a fourth one, we're dealing with. You're in like the 21st century and shit like that. I guarantee they're going to deal with the whole thing about Santa Claus having to deal with electronic toys, like kids being obsessed more with video games and all that crap, tablets and shit like that. So I that's what I assume they will try and deal with, because the other ones are all, you see the little elves with the little hammers putting their fucking toy trucks and shit. What kid do you? I don't even know a 2-year-old that plays with stuff like that anymore. So,
well, I guess you're just not hanging out with the right 2-year-olds.
I shouldn't be hanging out with any 2-year-olds.
I was
They're not
gonna
my
say.
kids.
No, I mean nieces, nephews, cousins, depends, family.
Depends.
Who would ever want to hang out with a kid? Oh wait, you got him. Sorry.
I don't.
Sorry, Charlie Hayden Hayes. I didn't mean to. I love you.
Yeah, I can't come up with a fucking sub. I'm trying to find a way to make it work with bequeath, and it's just not coming.
Ew, gross.
The queef.
That would be
the
more of a
queef
Mrs. Claus thing. That'd be more of a Mrs. Claus kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see it if they can get the same actors to keep coming back, like the same girl who played his wife, the same kid that played his main kid. In this last one, they actually had they had several actors. Again, the guy.
Do you think who was Mrs. Claus?
It was
I gotta look it up right now.
Oh, I looked it up last night because she's been in a bunch of stuff. She's still acting. Oops. Ow, I got a fucking cramp. Elizabeth Mitchell.
I think
she was in Lost and shit like that.
The point of Santa Claus 4, it should be Santa Claus gets called out for giving a present 10 years ago that is now offensive, and now Mrs. Claus takes up the mantle. Oh, and you could make it an allegory for trans people, because she can kill Tim Allen and take the Santa Claus thing, and she ends up getting a beard.
First. This is Tim Allen's franchise.
Okay, sorry.
And he's way too conservative to do something like that.
This is true.
So, that won't happen. If they do a fourth one, it'll most likely just be Disney having Tim Allen come over and pass the mantle on someone else so that they can fuck the franchise the rest of the way with 3 more movies. They'll probably kill him off. Be like, hey, can you show up and fall off a roof for a day?
Oh, man. Santa Claus
He could
5.
do the Tim Taylor falling through the roof thing. Ah!
Santa Claus 6 coming out of the claws.
Nope.
And
I would like to see if they do a fourth one. I would like to see the guy who played Bernard in the first 2 come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. You guys are speaking a different
Bernard
language
is
to me.
the guy
The
who played
head
Bernard is the kid from Addams Family Values. The geeky
David.
kid.
Oh God, Krumholtz.
that
I
his
don't
name?
think I'm saying that correct.
He was from Numbers and all that shit.
Harold and
Yeah.
Kumar.
Harold and Kumar.
Serenity.
Serenity. Is he
Yeah,
in
Serenity.
Yeah, he's the one. He killed me with. He stabbed me with a sword, Mal.
Yeah. You guys were just talking about him at the Thanksgiving episode.
Oh yeah.
Remember, I thought he was one of the 3 fucking nerds from Buffy, and that was completely off base.
Way off base. Those
Way
guys.
off.
Those guys don't have a real career.
I do have.
One of them did. One of them went off and did Dollhouse. And then he did like one other movie, I think.
Yeah, but that's also that was also the same guy who ended up helping Buffy afterwards in the final seasons and training all the other Slayers and shit. Yeah, the geekier guy with the squeaky voice and the pointy nose.
I liked him in Dollhouse like a lot.
Yeah. The other guy, the main bad guy, he got his skin ripped right off of him. He got crucified in between the trees and turned inside out. Thanks, Willow.
I don't like that.
Woof. Oh, I saw something break right before we started recording earlier, and I've been hoping to get to it at some point.
Uh-oh.
I just
Wait, something break like news or break in your house?
both. My heart.
Okay. Who's being in Spider-Man 3 now?
So it's actually funny you say that.
Oh no.
Because this has nothing to do with it. Nicolas Cage will host History of Swear Words for Netflix. The series follows Nicolas Cage discovering the origins of the words fuck, shit, bitch, dick, pussy, and damn.
I'm down.
It will release on January 5th.
I need to send this to my buddy.
So mark your
Nick Cage
calendars.
I'm down. I'm totally down.
I am fucking in. And it's Nicolas Cage with like looking very dapper, sitting on like a leather chair, holding a book. I'm fucking in.
That's awesome.
I'm in. I'm fucking in.
I watch almost everything Nicolas Cage is in anyway.
Nicolas Cage does not give a fuck, dude.
No.
Did you ever watch what was it, 211?
No.
He was like a police officer, and then they had this like big bank heist.
Oh.
It was really bad.
Okay.
It was really bad.
I still have yet to see The Color Out of Space. That one I want to watch of his. I think it's The Color Out of Space or In Space. It's based on the book Color
in Space.
Yeah. So, no, Nicolas Cage is one of those actors that I'm gonna watch whatever he does. Yeah.
Wasn't he supposed to be in that film where it was basically like Taken, except it was with a pig? He's like a farmer. Someone takes his pig, and he's like, "I'm gonna come kill you."
No idea, dude.
If anything, if they took a pig, I'd feel like it's more like John
Wick. Yeah. Yep. Which I would watch that then.
Truffles. That's
Ruffles?
Truffles.
Oh,
Truffles.
Jesus Christ.
Huh.
They should have. No, it should have been a third Babe movie. Babe, Taken in the City.
That was just called Bacon.
Let's see what else do I got. I got
See, that's how a joke fails, people.
Yeah. I was trying to be nice and just not bring it up.
I'm sorry, it is called Pig. Truffles was a working title.
Oh. To go all the way back, talking about Gina Carano, who I think should have been Wonder Woman in the first place. Fuck Gal Gadot. Sorry, hot take.
She was doing Daredevil at the time. She didn't have time for that shit.
Gina Carano?
Yeah, she was in Daredevil, the first one, right?
I think you're talking about. I think you're talking about Rosario Dawson, my dude.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Gina Carano
was in Daredevil, or not Daredevil, Deadpool. My bad.
Yes,
Deadpool.
There you go. Yes. That is correct.
One of those D words.
That is correct. Dick? I believe Nicolas Cage will spell that one out for you, sir. I'm going to take your dick.
It just reminds me of one of the new Animaniacs episodes. Have you guys watched that yet?
No,
I don't want to ruin it.
It's on Hulu, right?
Oh my god, it is possibly the best return for a show I've ever seen. It's like it never left TV. It's exactly the same.
I feel like I'm not going to like it then.
Is the animation the same? I don't remember.
It's more updated, but it's like they kept the intro pretty much the same. The only thing that I can complain about is the side characters are all gone except for Pinky and the Brain.
That's because those are the only two people cared about.
I like the
Good Feathers.
I like the stupid little girl who kept ruining the cat's life or whatever.
Elvira, I think.
Was that right?
Elmira.
Elmira, I think. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So this is one of the wonderful tweets that you can get from Gina Carano any given day. Remember back when we used to eat cake after someone blew all over it? Man, we were wild. And I go, and because of her affiliation with Mandalorian, I go, oh, would you call us rebels? Maybe? No? All right, that was lame. Sorry, but either way,
Crickets.
She does shit like that every day. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I said, most likely if you're, and I'd hate to do
if you're just a person can enjoy.
No, people want to cancel her. Very
people
big.
Can
for
enjoy
like
humor if you don't even agree with the political agenda of it. you can have political humor, and even if it's making fun of what you believe in, you can still laugh. It's okay.
Well, I used
people.
to think that was the whole point. You used to make fun of stuff that you liked to kind of try and, I don't know, like just keep it in the conversation.
I make fun of everything. So
yeah.
if I made fun of the things that I don't like, then apparently I don't like anything.
Well, why do you guys think I make fun of both of you every day?
Right.
Because I like it.
Easy.
There's a reason why somebody comes into the room and goes, "What's up, bitches?"
Just wait till episode 101 where it's all disses towards John without John here.
So,
or no, we'll have Hannah tie you up in your chair and tape your mouth closed, and you'll have to listen to him.
For episode 101, I think I may have come up with an idea. I'm gonna write this down.
We're gonna talk about 101 Dalmatians, right? That's what we're doing.
Don't
like
fucking take
the
don't
cartoon
fucking take
and the live action movie.
Write it down before you forget.
Fucking take away my idea.
Don't get.
And 102.
It's gonna leave your brain.
102. We'll do 102 Dalmatians.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Ugh.
Live action and the animated one. There, bullshit. I got the next 2 episodes after episode 100. Everybody,
bullshit.
I will never watch the 102 Dalmatians, the cartoon anyway.
Yeah,
I've already seen it. It's.
Do you think?
I was a more all dogs go to heaven type person than the 101 Dalmatians. So
yes,
gross.
Which is very demonic. Like, dude. They got some demonic images in that movie.
Well, you know, all dogs go to heaven and cats go straight to hell.
Yeah. Anyways,
right, Candy.
I gotta get going, guys. I have to finish painting my house.
Oh, do you have a couple?
Is that
minutes
like a euphemism, or?
Oh yeah, I gotta go finish painting Nick. I mean, gonna
paint the town white.
What was that, Tivis?
Do you have a few more minutes to spare?
Yeah,
or do you have to take off
I got a couple minutes if you want.
I just wanted to go back since I didn't take part in the Thanksgiving one, and we were talking about Addams Family earlier. I think the reason I don't care for the Addams Family, and Mosier pointed this out, Addams Family Reunion was the first thing I ever saw. Tim Curry.
Tim Curry's version.
Yes. And
which I have not seen that.
I don't think I've seen that either.
It is not good.
That's the one that was talking about they switched the Adams with 2 Ds and the Adam with 1 D reunion, so they end up at each other's reunions.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what the description said. So
yeah,
that sounds kind of retarded.
It's not. Oh, it was made by Saban, or produced by, and he said he refused to allow any original ideas in it. Like the people who worked on it he was notorious for rejecting all. He wanted it to be strictly imitation of the old TV series, and the
that
1990s
movie was
show duo film.
Yeah, I was gonna say that movie was based on the '90s TV show, the live-action TV show, because it has the same girl who plays Wednesday on the TV show.
Yeah, but he wanted it the same tone as the old '60s, the original show. Which I watched the first episode of that. So I got a lot of Addams stuff going on. So people, if you're sorry hearing this, I'm sorry. I don't think I've ever seen the original TV show because Morticia, way too fucking happy for what I'm used to. Not used to Wednesday being a 6-year-old. And Pugsley is a little inventor, which is kind of cool.
The only standout character from the original that I remember was Uncle Fester.
Yeah.
And then I know Gomez Adams' face from the original.
Yeah. Oh man, his introduction is so cool. It starts. The whole first episode is a guy from the local school coming to see why their kids haven't started public school yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes into their house and he's being slowly introduced to them one at a time, and then you go to Gomez, and it's just he's got this look of pure excitement as he's about to crash these trains together. It's such a great scene.
That's funny. What, John?
I just saw something kind of cool because we've been talking Batman came up at some point. Apparently, Michelle Pfeiffer,
yep,
well known for playing Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman, in Batman Returns, the Tim Burton was recently on a podcast. I believe it's called Ladies First or something. Ladies First with Laura Brown.
Isn't she also in Ant-Man now, right?
Yeah, she's the wife.
Original Wasp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was on a podcast, the Laura Brown podcast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Revealed that she still has the original whip that she used as Catwoman, and went to the closet, pulled it out on stream, and started using it.
Nice.
That's funny.
I have a gigantic nerd boner right now. That is pretty cool.
I thought I love when they
That's
take stuff
awesome.
off set.
Just
I
wait
thought
till
you
you hear about Herc showing up in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle
Halle
Pfeiffer
Berry.
confirmed for Catwoman. Yes, Catwoman verse, the cat verse.
They already started
I thought-
that with the Halle Berry version. Remember? That is in Tim Burton's world, by the way. Just so we're all clear. Because
Which I thought you were gonna bring up Johnny Depp being cast in Tim Burton's Addams Family reboot going to Netflix.
Johnny Depp's
We'll
not
see.
allowed to be cast in anything ever again. Apparently,
Tim Burton don't care.
His
I know Tim
cologne-
Burton doesn't give a shit, but the
his-
studios that pay
Hey, a
do.
cologne ad kept him on,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I wish I
Well,
actually.
yeah,
wore
people are
cologne.
seeing how much bullshit that Warner Brothers is getting because they cut him and stuff, and they won't
Is
do
that-
anything else. So,
Oh, Warner Brothers is. People are gonna fucking turn on Warner Brothers very quickly.
What do you guys think
Christopher
about-
Nolan already has.
yeah, I was gonna say, what do you guys think about Nolan's comment? Because
I can
I think he's
understand-
being a whiny bitch.
I
I
do
think
too, but I get-
Christopher Nolan is a pretentious fucking dipshit.
Yeah.
I
End
can
of
get what
discussion.
he's saying, but
I
he's
understand
going about
where
it
he's
the
coming
most
from.
Whiny possible
Yeah.
way.
But he needs to understand a lot of things are changing right now, and he's not the savior of cinema. He needs to get that out of his fucking head.
Yeah, he's not
His-
even that good.
he-
Half of his
Warner
movies are
Brothers-
mediocre at best.
Well, Warner Brothers took the risk at putting his film just in cinemas like he requested and wanted and all this shit. And look what it did.
Complained about for
it
months.
did nothing. And now he's like, oh, so now all these filmmakers that were going to make a great film are now making good films for a mediocre streaming service. I'm like, bro, you're biting the hand that literally feeds you. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? AT&T now owns them. They don't give a fuck. They're going to not help that guy. I
It's
would.
like, do you
I
guys
would be
know-
that petty ass company. I'd be like, look,
Well, it's just-
you
it's
gave
one
us
of those
good Batmans. We're making money off of that still. So peace.
And to be fair, most people still even fight about whether or not Dark Knight Rises was any good, which it's
No,
not, by
no.
the way. But yeah, no,
It has
Christopher
cool
Nolan's a fucking-
scenes.
Christopher Nolan and Martin Scorsese can just shut the fuck up. Like seriously,
I
like,
haven't seen what Martin Scorsese's been saying, but
Well,
Martin
no,
Scorsese
he did that
he
shit
did
about
a
like
whole
the MCU. And
Yeah.
yeah, but he also did a whole film just for Netflix, a 3-hour film.
yeah.
So he can't talk about streaming services whatsoever.
Who's
It's-
the one that complains about streaming? Is it Spielberg?
No, it's
'cause He
Nolan.
just did Animaniacs again.
Nolan's the one that's always complained about streaming service. He wants to
him?
be
Yeah.
the one guy that has stuff in theaters.
Well, him and
all the time.
I think him and Tarantino, because Tarantino, they like they want to use their fucking lenses, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
you need the experience in IMAX and blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, shut up. Like,
Which
look,
is
and,
cool,
and
but
I've gotten
not-
into I've gotten into this discussion. My whole thing is theaters are not gonna die. They're not. Just fucking grow up, people. They're not. Like. People, I bet, said that about stage plays and shit when actual movies came out.
radio thing, radio
People,
dramas.
exactly. Video killed the radio star. Still got fucking radios in my fucking car that
find
gets
it
made
Big
every
Finish, look him up.
I do find it funny though. People are complaining about the movie theaters and stuff like that, like going away or whatever. Okay,
year. Yeah,
I'll give them that. Okay,
yeah. Which they will. They will.
But
They'll probably
the,
all
the-
die.
The big
for a
chains
year.
will go out of business for sure. Well, not for sure, but if something does
most
happen,
likely.
the big
Let's just
chains
even
are
just
gonna
say
go out.
even most likely. Like who even cares? Just whatever. Hypothetical even.
But you got like, and I don't want to dive into it too much, but you got like wrestling companies. They're doing live events with people in the stadiums now.
AEW has been
Like
doing it
if
for months.
AEW's been doing it for a while right now. If they can do that shit, why can't movie theaters just allow people to come in there. Like they
It's
do,
easy. It's
but
because
the
everybody's a bunch of
production
sheep.
companies won't. The production companies won't put their movies in there. So of course, no one's going to the theaters if there's no movies to watch.
It's-
And they won't
it's-
even put good, like the old movies, the classics. They won't put the good ones in there that
Look.
people want to see.
Look,
Like I can rent the theater for $100.
we know why this is all happening, dude. And people who don't want to believe it are they're just not informed, and that's fine. Nobody.
Oh,
wants
Disney
to read
wants
statistics
to.
and shit.
Disney
no,
wants to buy AMC. For a low budget price.
I got something to complain about Disney. I just found out this came out in November or early November, but I just found out about it last week. When they bought the Star Wars, apparently they didn't buy the liability. These
bought
people
the
aren't getting
Star
the
Wars.
royalties.
Well, and there was also a reason why.
Wait. The actors aren't getting.
The authors and stuff for the books and things.
Oh, the
That's why they
books.
cut. That's
Okay.
why they cut out the EU. They didn't want to do that, so they could cherry pick.
but
And
they're
it's
still
the other reason.
buying or selling
No,
it.
but the other reason was you also have to understand there's a reason why they killed off all the original characters because they didn't want to keep paying them, and they didn't want to pay George Lucas for all of those characters that he still had rights to because he kept a lot of clauses, Santa Clauses, if you will, like with some of the legacy characters. That's why they got rid of them.
Yeah.
Because now he doesn't have to get his royalties off those characters anymore. He killed them all off. So then this was one of those things where, again, look at Disney and what they've bought up, the things that they have paid for. And they're also affiliated with ABC, which is also another news network. These are very important, and they need that China money. They know they do. It's why they try to kowtow to them all the time. The number one thing you can do if you think somebody is lying or being corrupted when it comes to business or politics or anything like that, follow the money.
With this doom and gloom,
Yes.
I want to recommend another album, music album
George Carlin.
this week. It's a brand new album by wrestler Jeff Hardy.
Ooh.
It's called Human Forms. It's only 6 tracks, and the last track is called Human Forms as well. It is the music is. It's good vibing music if you just want to turn the lights down and just listen to something and vibe out. It's not like heavy metal. It's not like rap or anything like that. It's just vibing, low grade music. But the last song, he's literally talking about like all the shit from 2020 and like how we should just like love each other and stop with all the fucking hate and stuff like that and all that crap. And yeah, so I recommend that album. And I still recommend the Miley Cyrus album because I still vibe to that shit too. So
You and your fat fucking plastic heart.
AC/DC.
Right, well, if you're gonna do a music repertoire, to stick on the whole China thing, I listened to a heavy metal version of "I'll Make a Man Out of You" from
really?
Mulan. This guy, I don't know this guy, but I listened to it yesterday. It was incredible. He's at Dan DAN _ Vask VASC.
okay.
Don't know him, but somebody does the orchestra music for him in it, and it's at Samuel SAMUEL Kim KIM Music, all one word. Samuel Kim Music. I've been following this guy forever. He does amazing orchestral redos. He's done like a Shogun version of The Mandalorian. He's like mixed like the Lord of the Rings and the Avengers theme together, which was really incredible. He did like a Spider-Verse What's Up Danger remix, which was fucking incredible. It's all orchestral stuff for the most part. He's really, really incredible. I follow him on YouTube. He's amazing. But yeah, this collab was fucking awesome. I love that song, and he did like a cool metal version, which was, it truly blew me away. It was really, really good shit.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll do the music video for that one. No.
We can meet each other again. Oh man.
No. I don't want to hang out with you in person.
All right, fair enough.
Probably get shot.
I'll stay 10 feet away. I'll stay 10 feet away from you.
We
You gotta
wear
get a
mask.
Santa robe to match his hat.
We gotta wear a mask and some gloves. I like glove love.
All right.
Fingerless gloves.
Do you got anything else for me, Tivis? I know you were talking about the fucking asshole Nolan shit. So
yeah, we got pretty much everything I want to say.
All right, man. Okay. Well, with that, guys, my quote for the day, because I do have to get fucking going.
Yeah, right.
I got shit to do before it gets dark.
Racist.
My quote is going to be from Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause, by Jack Frost, played by Martin Short. Excuse me, did you just accuse me of being skillful and delicious? Guilty as charged.
I like it. I approve. All right. Later, nerds.
Peace.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babel. You can catch every episode of Operation Babel on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babel. And join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babel group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Don't forget to find Mike on all social platforms, including YouTube, by searching Mike Shrews, MYKESHREWS. You can find John on Instagram and YouTube via Bald Man Bad. Thanks and have a great day.